Good morning, ladies. My name is Chaz, and welcome to the What If Deku was instructable. So, there's indestructible. So, yeah. But its actual name is called What If Deku Had the Powers of Immortality, and so, yeah. And, or basically being immortal. So, let's continue. So, without further ado, let's continue. So now, before we start, whoever commented the "you're not a very good what if storyteller, you're not even a good YouTuber," whoever posted that comment in the video is, I know this is going to be mostly focused on, or this part of the intro. I'm going to ask you one. Please stop sending me negative comments. Be more positive. That's what this world needs, more positive in their lives. Like, oh, how was your day? And all that stuff. Instead of like, you're a bad YouTuber. I'm not a bad YouTuber. It's just it just broke my heart when someone commented that. So, and whoever said that, or whoever texted that about like, you're a bad YouTuber, think about other YouTubers. Popular Momo. He started in bad, but then he became so popular. Popular. So that, and then he goes back to square one after the whole incident thing. So when you say that to me, think about the other YouTubers first. Like Dan TDM. He probably used to make bad videos before he became the one that we all know and love. Because certain things that you guys say, I usually think of multiple videos or multiple people or multiple YouTubers that they're like starts the beginning with bad videos and then slowly working way better. Like what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to work better on making YouTube videos for you guys. So with that out of the way, that's out of my system. Now let's jump right into the what if. So, what if him, of course, him, he was born with a power of infinity and zero. So, he's mostly compared to canon version, where canon version Zuko is smart and all that stuff. Zuko in this what if storyline, he pretends to be dumb and doesn't even know what he's talking about, but then later down the line, he's actually been a powerhouse. That's a term Um, it's like Saitama, but if Saitama doesn't even know what the heck's going on thing. So, without for so yeah, and I am adding Zumi. You could tell I added Zumi into this what if. So, let's jump right into it, shall we? Zuko and Zumi been born, and of course, at age of 3. And before we move on, I'm gonna turn ordinary woman. This girl, I know her name is Penny, Ippan, and I'm turning her age from whatever she's at currently. And I'll look that up real quick. So I think she's 17 or 18. Let's look it up together, shall we? And don't mind all for ones. We will get to that. MHAMPAN. This girl right here. Let's see. And that's her actual, like, name thing. And no sponsors. No sponsors. Okay? So, and her age. I'm trying to find her age. Like, because she got introduced, so this is, why is it doing that? I don't know. It's because, well, no. So, she basically is a, 7, she's a very tall, but she's probably like 17 or 27 years old. But I'm making her the same age as Zuko, so 3 years old. Yeah. That's before. So then the time skip to at age of 4, where they meet the quirk doctor. The quirk doctor tells Zumi that she has a quirk, and Zuko, or actually, he says to himself before, better lie to Zuko that to protect him from his own powers. So what does he do? He lied about the Zuko being quirkless, because his quirk is actually the same thing as his sister, but with so much power that's going through him right now, it's good to actually make him pretend to be quirkless so that yeah. So then after that, he gets picked on by everyone, his family, his sister, his family, the bullies, and of course, not her, because she loves him so much. She didn't care. There's actually 3 people that doesn't care if he was quirkless or quirked. They still love him. So first one is her, of course. She's the same age as Zuko. Her. Number 2. And Ochako. number 3. But she pretends to care, like, oh, you're quirkless, I'll go for the other guy. But she was actually pulling the prank on him to, like, make him feel jealous of, yeah. She actually makes the other two pretend to date someone else to make him feel more jealous. But they didn't know, no one knew that Zuko's, except for the quirk doctor, knows that Zuko is way more powerful. So in order to... So he told Zuko, the quirk doctor tells Zuko that you're pretty powerful. Or how's your powers coming along? Pretty good. I knew that you were lying to me. But be honest, do I really... Or am I quirkless? No. Actually, Zuko, you do have a quirk. It's similar to your sister, but but yours, you were born with two powers that are too overpowered for this world to handle. So, yeah. So he's actually, he made a dumb brain so that no one to keeps him from being, so he basically, his real brain actually is limiting his powers, like holding his powers back from, So Zuko was abandoned, and he was living in the cave. And so a time skip. 2 All Might versus All for One. I know I said that so I'm not going to repeat myself of like time skip to age of 15 and such on. So he goes to like quirkless school and he lives in the caves or nearby a cave. As he had bad grades, but no one knew that he actually already did the test before. He just had them laying around in his book of endless tests. So he basically was like super smart. So when he walks up to the class, or like after class, he's been failing all of his classes. So he didn't graduate till he was, So, but he has shown up on time, but he's just failing because of the test stuff. But little did they know that he's actually he already did the test before. Like, actual ones, instead of, because he only wrote down wrong answers on the fake piece of paper so that Because he wants to be equal with everyone else. So, yeah. So then the time skip. To All Might versus All for One. So, Zuko was pretty lucky, actually. He just, came in and saved All Might at a perfect time. As he turns around when an attack hits him right in the chest, nothing happens. He's not... You know how in One Punch Man, one episode where the Sea King used, he hit Saitama, instead of, sending him flying to all the way through the city. Well, Zuko was the only one. He seems unfazed. Do I know you? As All for One's of course, everyone should know me. I'm All for One, the symbol of evil. And you're just a lonely kid that couldn't graduate from the middle school thing to go to UA. I never heard of you. As All for One gets annoyed, you little brat. You never heard of me. You should, because I'm the villain. I should be the one who should be the one that could kill All Might, the symbol of heroes. And he's getting aggressive to Zuko because, so he turns his arm into a big arm and time for you to die, as he punches. As All Might says, no! And so when a punch landed, there was an explosion. Alright, check So, when an explosion hits him, or when All for One's giant arm just hits Zuko right in the chest, it's as he's am I supposed to react to the pathetic attack? And they see, in shock, I'm trying to find a good picture, Inko sees Zuko still standing after, because that attack wasn't just a normal punch. It was like a missile, like a nuclear missile just went full force on him. And he just stands there is there gonna something happen? Or as All for One lands backwards. Wait, that attack was supposed to kill you. How did you survive? Are you immortal or something? No. I don't know what I am capable of. As everybody, or as everyone yells at Zuko. Oh, like, and All for One Hun says that, see, no one likes you, Zuko, or whoever you are. There's no, Yeah, you're right. As he had his back turned to, but still, I want your autograph. So, as All Might signs it, thank you. As All for One's getting super annoyed. Hing. Oh, you're ignoring me. As he grabs he stabs the paper that was just got signed by one of his fingers. Should I say? Gets impaled. As Zuko's eyes widen. How does that make you feel? As Zuko's voice becomes demonic, like deeper than no. You should be running now. As he lifts his head up, as his eyes turn black with green pain, like that. As he says, "You know why? That I can't join you in? It's because it's my choice." It's, as he says it more demonically, like, it's my choice because I am the one. All of you who, I don't see any of you, them, as even compared to my power. You, All for One, you just made a grand mistake of destroying my favorite picture. As he shows his true form, and everyone sees galaxies after galaxies. And Zuko, who says it more and more. You should be the one who should be sitting, or you should be the one being on your knees and telling or apologizing. And All for One, like, being like, you should be, and All for One dies, that fateful moment, says something. Kaboom! As Zuko said, you had your change. And All for One. As everyone's eyes lit up like, wait, what? As he killed the villains, all the villains in the League were killed. He killed all the League of Villains members, including basically all the villains, including the Nomus, with a one final swoop. As his demonic powers, as they see flames coming right around forming. As he says, as I've been holding this power back long enough. It, you know why? As he tells everyone, you know why I hold back a lot of this power? And you know why I became dumb? Because I've been mostly focused on holding my own power back. But no more. As he blasted into the sky. As the entire city was in shambles right now. Kaboom! Yeah, and it was painful. It was like everyone was watched in horror of this most overpowered character in the entire universe just demonstrated how powerful he really is. You don't know how powerful he is. Me neither. I just made a story. I should have just did some math on it. But when Zuko destroyed or demonstrated why he was holding so much power back, everyone's just like, as their eyes teared up. As they're like freaking out, and they're like, holy crud, oh good. Some of them even passed out from, like, yeah. They see shambles. The entire world, when he just, it was like a nuclear bomb just went off. But everyone still lives, so don't worry. So, all of the buildings were in shambles. As, yeah, Zuko's powers have been revealed to the world of why he was as the only one that had, the only one that's powerful enough to destroy the world. It feels good to let all of the power out. It was starting to hurt me when, as he picks up the destroyed photo, as he's about to walk away, but All Might, Principal Nezu, and the pro heroes that saw the attack, or he demonstrated his powers. As All Might walks up and says, "You've been holding that much power in? How long has it been for you?" 10 years. I've been holding it in for 10 years. As when everyone heard he's been holding that much power in him for 10 years, they felt so bad when it must have took all of his strength out of his own body. So the next day, everybody's like, the next day, when he showed up to school, he was still he was actually in high school. I meant high school before. And when everyone heard what he has, they were like, better stay away from him. Even the teachers were scared of him, of how much power he has. So, like, they even, when he went to class, or when he went to school, they all know that he's at school. So they all just like, we skip school and not going to work. So he's the only one at school. As he's like, so then so he turns in all of his actual tests and he labeled it before. Exact day that the actual test was done. And so, everyone was scared of his powers. So when he went, he sat down at a park, or actually at a like recess stuff, as he's just playing by himself. Like he swung on a swing set for his. He even served himself during lunch time. And he felt like an outcast when he just... As he just walked away. So, like, after school, he goes back to his forest, because he had enough power to rival anyone. And he just displayed why, with that much power that he has, everyone's scared of him. They're like, no. They even moved to a different country or different city instead of... So he's the only one that's in the city. It drives him crazy. But the only other person that's at the city was called Aries. Yeah, that girl. As he sat down with her, because he knows that she is basically a same thing. She's scared. of getting experimented on and all that stuff. But he so he never or she never heard of Zuko because yeah. So he doesn't see her as a experiment. He sees her as herself. So then, yeah. So he basically took good care of her. Not experimenting on her because she's... So he basically braids out her hair, make it more straight and all that stuff. And she's wondering what happened to all the city, or what happened to all the people in the city. They're scared of me, of my own power. See, my powers are infinity and zero. I tried to keep myself from using it because I had no one. As he basically sat down with her and told her that that he had no plans of taking over the world. You could, with that much power that you have. I'm not a villain. And so he hugs her. Between all of the rest of you, this is a truth be told. I don't want to see any of you get hurt by me or getting killed by me. I have seen so many different alternate versions of myself so many times. Sometimes I can't even sleep. As he had literal bags under his eyes. May I tell you one of them? Or I'll tell you a story. Sure. And she looks at him. Okay. I have to, pretend. There's this monster that has the same name as me, but his name is called Doom Lord, or Doomsday, basically. He's a Nomu that is basically was created to destroy anything that's living and breathing. So he has the powers of evolution. So what I mean by that is as he explains it to her, what the evolution quirk does. By itself, it doesn't do anything. But if it combines with certain quirks, like yours, it evolves it into, whatever. But the quirk doctor used an alternate version of me. As this is what Zuko is saying. And, man, sometimes, as he says, sometimes I want to just smack him around and torture him, make him how. But, yeah. So, Stuff like that is just weird. And plus, I'm not the only one that actually was born with powers. Really? Yeah. There was a different version besides the one that I was telling you a story about. And I'm definitely cutting out the details of the what happened to his world. Because I know that you're too young and you're probably going to cry about it. But trust me, as he kneels down onto one knee, I won't let anything happen to you or anyone of this world. Trust me. And so, are you ready for what happened to his world? Well, sure, as she says. As he added that details, but when she heard, as she couldn't believe that he went on a rampage and killed everyone. It was scary. Seeing, yeah. But besides, that's the only one that's basically the that I so far know about. Plus, I never, you know how like you're scared of experiments on, or yeah. Well, I can't imagine me turning into a Nomu getting experimented on. So, but nearby, actually, a news camera recorded all of that as including the part where they said, or where he said that he doesn't want to take over the world. He doesn't see anyone, or he doesn't want to. And when he's not a bad person, he's not a villain. He just wants to be friends with everyone. And he even said to Ares, that was broadcast to the world, that he doesn't see the entire world as their own separate people. I see them as my own family. Him, heck, the him. I know that the one of my friends, I always see him as my own brother. His name's Bakugo, Kasuke Bakugo. He's been a hot-headed, with or without his quirk, so, yeah. But deep down, I believe that he's still the same Bakugo that I knew back then. And he always wanted to be a number one hero, and I respect that. I respect all of the people that in this world, including you, Ares. I never meant to scare you if I even told you the stories about the alternates. But at least Inko, that's my mother, as he says. And when Inko is still alive, so every day I pray for her. As Inko was hearing this, as she couldn't believe that her own son, Hun, still loves his mother, that basically abandons him. And Bakugo was like, is that how he really felt? As Ares just said, is that how you felt against most of the people that you even met? Of course. I see all of, as my, or all of everyone in this world as my own siblings. I don't even care if they make fun of me. I still see them as my own. Even if they are newcomers. So like, yeah. I know that, or as he tells her, the reason why he's been holding back all that power during that so long is that it's actually so that as he tells her that reason why I did like during my high school one, I even put in wrong answers just to have fun, to see. I even had the real answers in my own backpack. It's just with as much power, and it takes a lot of willpower to hold them back from it. Sorry if I'm scaring you like that. So, yeah. So then after they were talking, the entire Japan city, or the people that moved out to, like, comes back in, or they moved out before because they were scared of his powers, and they were, like, thinking that he might turn into a villain. But no, when they heard him say, I don't need to be a villain. I don't need all that stuff. I already have everything. I treat everyone as my own siblings. And after he said that, everyone else moved back into town, and he still hangs out with Ares, and yeah, he's been super kind over the last couple months. He even taught her how to do math, reading, and all that stuff. And So he's a pretty good teacher. Pretty good parent, too. Like, he cares about her. So then after so one day they went in, they weren't scared of him anymore, but they celebrated for him, so that he basically did all that stuff. So yeah, all that stuff. And so and Ochako actually, I don't know what was going on, but yeah. So Ochako ran up to him and told him that we heard, Lang, was it true that you didn't actually wanted to take over the world? Huh. All that stuff that you said, or that you heard, was actually all true. Really? Yeah, I don't see any of you as your own separate people. I see all of you as my own family. As Bakugo was like, yeah. And when I heard that when you called me your brother, you see me as your brother, huh? Was that true? Yep, it was. I know that you have an explosive quirk and all that stuff, but deep down, I see you as a brother. So, still same person. You always wanted to be a number one hero, aren't you? Yeah. So, then class 1A, first of all, the teachers at his high school realized that, wait, you actually switched them out? Your fake, or so, yeah, all that, test stuff. I actually did it before the time, or before the day of it. Really? Yeah, here. As he even marks it. As they're like, and he got them all right, 100%. As they didn't realize it until the word fake was on the back for the fake ones that he did during the school time. So, yeah. So he got straight A's. They changed his grade from being F, like basically fail on all of his classes, to A+. Because he actually was there for that, but they just forgot to. So yeah, all that stuff happens all at once. Now, and so Zirku, who is now, yeah. So it takes a lot of willpower to, basically keeping my own powers. I even have a quirk. As a quirk doctor did appear, but sometimes he's like, or actually the quirk doctor was like away from Aries, but him Zuko just So Inko was like, so can I ask what happened to Inko in that universe that you just explained to Aries and the rest of us? Yeah, we want to know what happened to Inko. Or what happened. Well, it started like this. So, and as he pulls out the chair, or if you guys want to like be an audience, as he sit over there and as he makes, or actually he used the power to build like the walls, like 3 walls and a floor with the chairs and make it look like an actual hospital and pretend I'm a doctor. And Inko, be like yourself in it. And have Zumi sit right next to you. You'll be playing as me, so you know how like he always says, sorry, Zuko, you can't become a hero. And he finds something in his DNA, or I'm talking about the alternate version of me. His DNA, and then he pretend I pull out a gun, aimed right at your head, Inko, pretend. As he's like has like a pointy fingers things. And as Slime mimics the same thing, but he has a target set. And yeah. So, yeah. As he pulls the trigger, pretend Zuko pulls the trigger on Inko, and so Snipe pulls the trigger on the target. Not on Inko, but they had a wooden tree that was like had 2 circles in it. So bang right between the eyes as he like pretend. And so falls over. As when everyone heard what happened to Inko, or that alternate version of Inko, they became so sad and depressed that, wait, what happens after? Well, the quirk doctor took me in to the lab and puts me in a tank or in a room full of monsters, and they tore me to shreds, and he rebuilds me back up, putting new quirks, and so when the time comes, the quirk doctor ends up So then All for One, that alternate version, came to check things out. Here's a phrase: do not press the doomsday button. He pressed it, and as he starts to shake, as he walks away. Are you doing okay? Yeah, it's just here. As he uses his powers to see or to have them, or he creates an illusion of them being on there in that universe, as they saw their own dead bodies. As they look at UA. Because I know you guys don't know that he's only casting a illusion, so it's still up and alive. As they see dead bodies after dead bodies of themselves. What happened to it? What happened to... Ask that guy over there. As he turns, as they see Doomsday, him was about to kill Ares. Yeah. As he covers Ares' eyes. He doesn't want to cause any trauma. So she actually puts headphones on and her eyes covered to make sure she doesn't actually see and be traumatized for the rest of her life. So, yeah, that stuff happens. She ends up basically like they couldn't believe it. Because it was an alternate version of Ares that got killed. And then yeah. So one of them asked, was there any survivors? There's left? Only a few that were lucky to escape from it. Or actually, to be technically honest, none of them survived. As he looks away, as they could see what he means by no surviving. So no one survived? Yes. Just imagined. As Inko walks up to him and hugs him and tells him that she basically knows that her... Yeah. So one of them said, so you knew from the start where the planet, or where... Yeah. But there's... As he tells them, truthfully, I never wanted to do that. I never wanted to, I have no plans to do the same thing. So, my true plans were actually be friendly with everybody. And when the quirk doctor actually, you didn't notice that he was lying to you, Inko. That the what he said was actually a lie. I did have a quirk. It was similar to similar to Zumi, or my sister. So so they're like, wait, so you were born with a power and a quirk at the same time? Man, that's probably a reason why he lied. That him, yeah. So, with that out of the way, he does get married to Penny Ochako and the and her. All three of them had separate kids that are the same thing, or what he's going through, as the new quirk doctor, the newer one, actually told them honestly, like, your sons and daughters have a powers that are way too powerful even for having the quirk too. So, yeah. And Aries is a teenager. Now. And she gets married. Or, no, she was dating Coda. The one that hit. Hold on. There we go. This kid. And I like how I just remembered him when he hits the Quark Doctor. Or no, when he hit Zagru right in a private part. Yeah, that's still back of our minds. So, yeah. If any of you remember that scene, type in hashtag rest in peace for Zuko. Yeah. So, yeah. So that's why. Oh, make sure. Yeah. So, okay. So now, please leave a. So yeah. So now, please leave a like, share, subscribe, comment, and do all the fun stuff. And let me check out the noise thing, because I know there is probably going to be some noise in the background. So peace.